Okay, hello everybody. I'm Nicodemus Kane. We are back again. Today is a Tuesday. It is August the 31st of 2021. I have some things I have to say after we go through this psalm. But today we are going to be reading Psalm 10, and just wanted to say this one's kind of a long one, so we'll be here for a second reading. Uh, you'll have to forgive me if I mispronounce any words, any names, I should say. If I stumble a little bit, I know I've been stumbling on a couple of these. Um, but we will get through it. Nobody's perfect. Take a drink of water so that my throat's okay. But we'll get into this because I got some other stuff I wanted to talk about. All right, Psalm 10. Why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing, and deceit, and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor, when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. Arise, O Lord. O God, lift up thine hand. Forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn God? He hath said in his heart, Thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou blesseth, pardon me, thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to requite it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their hearts. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. And that's one of those that I always love to stop and point at and say, this shows man's heart. This whole psalm shows you what man's heart is like. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sits in the lurking places of the village. In the secret places, he murders the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. This is straight up about the evil that men can do in their hearts. The unrighteous men, evil men, can do in their hearts. This is when I tell people about how bad people can be, about how you should drop this notion that everybody is inherently good, because they're not. Nobody is inherently good. You should judge somebody by their fruits, but you should not immediately take that every person is inherently good. You should never take it inherently. You have to judge them by their fruits. You have to see what kind of person it is, because there are people in the world that, even though on the surface they are inherently good and you can think that everything they do is for your benefit, in the background they are evil. They want to hurt you. What did it say again? In the secret places doth he murder the innocents. And it was, what was it, Jeremiah, Isaiah, that said that, to paraphrase, it says that no matter how bad you think it is on the surface, it's worse behind closed doors. This is one of those psalms that I love to point to and say, this is what you need to read to understand what's really in men's hearts, unless they are saved. And even then, you have to judge them by their fruits. That's what the apostles wound up saying too. I think Christ even said that as well. So that you cannot judge them upon the surface. You have to judge them by their fruits, by how they deal with themselves, by their works, by what they do in this world. And then you have to have discernment. What was the one that we saw? What was it? Give me a second. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their hearts. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear. And that's also something that I do not remember where it says, but it says that God will write His laws into men's hearts so that they will be changed, and He will cause their ear to hear. He will wake us up to the truth of this world, how to be able to discern what's going on. I was listening to somebody yesterday, as a matter of fact. It was a guy that was just sitting in his car, just talking, and he was saying that it was right before the lockdowns came. That's part of the reason why this guy thought that they were doing lockdowns, and I kind of agree with this. Is that there were so many people that were waking up so quickly between 2015 and 2019. It's about the time whenever I got woke up as well. But there were so many people that were starting to wake up, and there was so much truth that was getting out there and getting thrown out in the open. And it was because God was moving. God was moving through the people. He was getting us all ready for what was to come, for now, for this moment where we can see the evil. And you can definitely see that all the people that choose not to follow God, follow Christ, and live in their unrighteousness, they are more than happy to not only believe the lie, but they are more than happy to perish in that lie and to take others out, to take away everything that anybody else has, simply because they choose to believe the lie and we don't. But that's what God does. That's what He will do for you. Is He will change your hearts, which He did for me. Thank you, Father, for changing my heart, because I have had such an amazing experience being able to know my stepdaughter and my granddaughter, because I never had that before until He changed my heart, because I was a very spiteful human being. It's the best way to put it. I had a lot of I could not forgive, and I definitely definitely was very angry. And he changed that for me. He made me realize the kind of man I had become, and I am a lot better off for it. And to be able to have the time I've had with my granddaughter, to be able to say that I actually have a granddaughter, that they have accepted that I can be a part of her life like that is an amazing thing. Anyways, that's that. That's a good one. Psalm 10. That is a good one to point out just how wicked and evil men are. But there is something I wanted to say outside of that, and I'll try to make this quick because I don't want to make these too long. Today is the big uh, semi truck blockade thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I'm sure you have, and I definitely know you will eventually. Where it was supposed to be the truckers of the world. It started out as the truckers in Australia were um, going to be blockading the roads in solidarity to show that they don't like the new mandates, the new rules, the new passports, all that stuff. And it had started spreading to every other country where all the truckers were kind of saying, okay, we're going to shut down the world. We're going to block the roads. We're going to block the supply lines. We're going to block everything. Everything is going to be shut down. It's what I understood. Everything is going to be shut down. We're going to shut down the world. We're going to block all the roads so that nothing moves. That's the way I heard it. That's the way I thought I heard it. So I already started seeing videos of a couple different places that had already done it. And what I saw was a long line of trucks that were stopped in one lane of a 3-lane highway. And they were just letting traffic by like nothing. It's a great concept on paper, and it's a nice little protest, but this I think is playing right into the demons that are ruling this world. It's what they want. It's playing right into their hands. They want the supply line shut down. They want us in total chaos. They want us in total misery. And for these truckers to go out there and just cut off one lane, and for the truckers to go out and just stop themselves and not stop everything else, that's a problem. Because this was supposed to be, we're going to shut everything down, not we're going to shut the supply lines down. But what I saw in the videos that I saw, in the pictures that I saw today, that's not what this is. This is not standing up for solidarity because you're protesting something. This is playing right into their hands, is what this is. And I hope that this doesn't come back and bite us all in the ass. I really do. This was supposed to be something different. And I have been thinking this whole thing has kind of had a bad smell to it. It kind of has had a bad stink to it since I heard about it. And now that I see it in action, yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. And what's going to happen tomorrow? Are the trucks going to stay there tomorrow? Are the trucks going to stay on the road tomorrow, or are we just going to go back to normal? Because something like this, it doesn't do anything. It's like the moms protesting on the side of on the corner of the road. There's nothing, and nothing comes from this. The only thing that will come from this is that the supply lines will drop off and that a lot of things will not get to the stores that they need to get to, and we may have a problem. This absolutely plays into the hands of the people at the top. I don't. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be some people that think this is the best thing ever, and I'm sure that there's probably going to be some people that are going to be angry at me for saying, for believing that. I've already told one person on Twitter. I said this is not what was promised. I said this. They're letting people buy. They were supposed to shut everything down. They were supposed to block every road into every major city and shut it down. This was supposed to be like a BLM protest on steroids is what this was supposed to be. But it's not. It's not. You can't let people through. You have to stop it. But I don't know. I don't know. I already said that, if we were going to do something like this, we should have taken all those trucks and made a barricade around the Capitol buildings, and we should have had people on the ground with pitchforks and torches in order to follow up on it. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where it goes from here. It's still early in the morning. It's not even 7 a.m., so I don't even know what else has come of it. I've only seen the couple videos, and like I said, if I see traffic passing a semi, or if I see traffic passing a long line of semis, if they're only blockading one lane of a highway, that's not enough. To me, that's not enough. That's just a bunch of truckers just pulled off the side of the road. That's all that is. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I will reserve judgment until this comes to an end. Hopefully something will come out of it, but I don't I don't foresee anything coming out of this. I really don't. There's a lot of people think that, we're going to get somewhere by protesting all this stuff that's happening. And I'm going to keep saying it. You're past the point where you can protest and you can get anything done. We're not. You're past that point. Because the people at the top, they don't care. They're not listening. Nobody is listening anymore. We're going to have to pull these people out of those buildings. That's all there is to it. We're into revolutionary phase, and nobody is willing to step up apparently and take it to that point. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But I thank you guys very much for coming around and listening. I This was a good one. This was a good psalm. That was a good one to read. That one, it points out the evil in men's hearts. It really does. It shows you. It's things like that don't get taught in churches. I think is part of the reason why people just don't understand what pure evil is. They just don't understand the wickedness that people can have in their hearts. And that's part of it. I think that's something that a lot of people have lost. You know, you have to use your discernment about somebody first and then go from there. You will know them by their works. You will know them by their fruits. Okay. Well, guys, I will see you later. We're still packing. We have a date. I don't know if I said that we have a date. September 19th, we are finally moving. So we for the next 3 weeks, it is crunch time to get everything ready at the new house and to move as much stuff as possible. And then September 19th, we're getting all the furniture out of here. And so probably for that week from September 19th through whenever, I make no promises on if I can record anything or not, because we're probably still gonna be moving stuff around. I don't know, But anyways, thank you guys for coming around listening. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. Um, God bless you all. I don't have anything else. Bye.